Hello and welcome to Writing and Psychology. I am Dr. Shell. This is my first semester at Texas A&M Central Texas, but I'm excited to be here. I've been teaching for about 10 years, and I've taught writing and psychology many times, so this is a challenging class, but I think it's one that you will learn a lot in, and I'm excited to be here and working with you and kind of getting to know the community a little bit more. I wanted to start by having a little video orientation to what our Canvas page looks like and what our class will entail to get you started on the right track. So this is what our Canvas page looks like. And at the top, I've got some basic information it's kind of my contact information. So you want to check back with this, the syllabus. Right here, I have a forum for question and answers among students. So I encourage you to ask and answer questions here, and I'll give you extra credit for participating in this. So either by asking or answering questions. You'll also have rubrics for papers and other things, APA resources posted here as well. It's going to be really important that you review the syllabus carefully, so I'd encourage you to print it out and save it so you always have access to that information. So this is what our syllabus looks like. I've got my contact information here as well. Email is the best way to contact me. And generally I reply to email within 24 hours during the week, but I don't check my email on weekends. So just be aware that most of your assignments are due on Sunday nights. So if you wait till Saturday to do stuff and email me, you probably won't get a response. So make sure you do things ahead of time and at least look things over so you have time to contact me. I'll also have office hours via WebEx. If my office hours don't work for you, just send me an email and we'll find another time that does. This is an online asynchronous class, so you have the flexibility to work when you want and when works for you. At the very minimum, you need to log in at least once a week, but really you're going to need to log in multiple times a week. Let's see. So remember that in an online class, you're expected to spend roughly the same amount of time that you would in a face-to-face class. This is a 4-credit class, which means if we were face-to-face, we'd be scheduled for 4 hours per week of class time. Plus, you're expected to spend at least 1 additional hour outside of class on readings and assignments and things like that. So you can plan to spend about 8 hours a week working on this class at a minimum. To succeed in this class, there's at least 3 things that you can do to really help keep up. So the first is stay on top of the material. Do the readings and watch the lectures early so you have time to ask questions. The second one is do the assignments. The assignments are there and designed to help you understand the material and to prepare you for your final paper. So make sure you do them and put the effort into them. And then the last thing is ask questions and read the answers. So ask me questions early if you have them. Use the help forum and read the answers to other people's questions as well. If you're having trouble in the class, please make sure to contact me. I'm happy to talk with you. I'm happy to set up a meeting. Because we're building up to this big final paper, it's really important that you contact me early if you're having trouble so we can address it in the beginning. Make sure you sign up for the Safe Zone training. We've got some information about course descriptions and goals. In general, this class is about improving your writing and preparing you for some of the other classes that you'll be taking. This is designated as a writing intensive course, which means that a significant portion of your grade is based on writing, of course. And our learning outcomes here really focus on developing specific writing competencies and learning how to use library and online resources and how to analyze and critically evaluate ideas in the psychology literature. We'll be using the Landrum textbook primarily. Because this is an online course, it's particularly important that you have the textbook where you'll get a lot of your information. You're also going to need a copy of the APA manual, which you'll use in several other classes, so this will be a worthwhile thing to get and hold on to. In terms of course requirements, your grade is broken down into class and lab components. For the class component, you have 15 assignments worth 10 points each, and these are designed to assess your knowledge of the content and help you organize your thoughts and get to know the material. And note that these assignments do take the place of quizzes or tests. So you're really expected to demonstrate your knowledge of the lecture and reading material on these assignments. All of these assignments are due Sundays at 11:59 unless otherwise noted. The second component of your class grade is this reflection paper, where at the end of the semester, you're going to review all of your assignments and kind of think about where you've made progress and where you have left to go. And then the second part of the course is the lab section. And this is where you're going to really apply the skills that you've learned to writing a large final paper. And there's two general components to this. The first is the meetings. So you'll have 7 individual meetings with me throughout the semester, worth 70 points total. These will typically happen in the beginning half of the week, so Monday through Wednesday. There'll be a sign up on Canvas, and what we'll do is we'll discuss your assignments from the previous week, and I'll give you feedback and we'll talk about any issues you're encountering. And previous students have really told me that the meetings are really one of the most helpful things from this course, so please make sure to show up and take advantage of them. And then finally, a large chunk of your grade is the final paper, but rather than just being that final paper, we've got a bunch of different assignments that will lead up to that big paper. The paper is an APA-style literature review, and you're going to complete all of these assignments working towards your final draft. So we've got the breakdown of the grade. This course does have a research experience requirement where you need to complete 3 research credits. You have 2 choices. Either you can read a research article and write a review of it, or you can sign up and participate for a research study on SONA. So I'll provide more details with that as we go. So make sure you read these policies and the policies at the end, and let me know if you have any questions. The last thing I really wanted to highlight on the syllabus is the course outline and calendar. This has everything broken down by week and what's for the class versus the lab, and this roughly parallels what's on Canvas. It basically tells you what you need to do every week. I'd encourage you to print this off and just use it as a checklist so that you can identify when you finish things. So you can see for the first week, we've got some introductory things to do. Actually, let me show you on Canvas instead. When we go back to Canvas, you can see it looks roughly like the course schedule, but here's week 1, once we get back past that introductory stuff. So I've got an introduce yourself forum where I want you to introduce yourself to everyone and reply to at least 2 other people's posts. We'll be doing some peer review and some peer engaging and some discussion forums. So I want to kind of get to know you and have you get to know each other. You also need to take a syllabus quiz to ensure that you truly understand the course policies and procedures before starting the course. And then in addition, there's a pre-test so I can kind of see where you're starting from. You'll get a grade. So I will grade the pre-test so I can compare it to your post-test. But here you'll get a grade for whether it's done or not in terms of your actual course grade. So do these things, check them off your course schedule, and then we'll also jump into the material this week. So you'll need to read chapter 1. Assume the reading assignments are in Landrum unless otherwise noted. And then I've got a lecture video for you to watch and your assignment, and I also have the PowerPoint associated with that video. And then your assignment is to imagine that I think psychology is a bad major and write a persuasive essay to change my mind. Okay, so that's going to be your assignment, 2 to 3 pages, double space, just to kind of get a sense of where we're starting from. So all of this is due on Sunday night at 11:59. So that's the basic structure of how the class will work. If you have any questions, please contact me via email. Like I said, this is my first semester here. I'm new to this technology. I've used similar things, but I'm new to Canvas. So it's entirely possible there are problems or mistakes. If you encounter things that you think are weird or wrong or aren't working for you, please reach out and send me an email so that I can figure out how to fix them. I look forward to hearing from you and reading your introductions on the Introduce Yourself forum and meeting you and getting to know you through our meetings.